This is an update about a Palestinian doctor, Dr. Hussam Abu Safiya, that incredibly brave doctor who refused to leave the hospital that he worked in. He was kidnapped by the Israelis. We knew that he was being tortured. And here's an update. Good evening to everyone. By the grace of God, we were informed of the details and report of the visit. My father was subjected to severe mistreatment and torture by the army in the early days of his arrest and was held in solitary confinement for 24 days. After that, he was transferred to Ofer Prison, Room 24, Section 2. Dr. Hussam's health condition is stable, but he suffers from chronic high blood pressure and enlarged heart muscle. He is currently receiving treatment. However, he is only provided with one meal a day, which is insufficient and of very poor quality. Regarding his legal case, it is clean and there are no charges against him. All the accusations attributed to him have been denied due to a lack of evidence, and the case is clear. There is also a possibility of his release in the coming stages, as there are no charges against him from the Israeli public prosecution. He urges the world to help secure his release and the release of all detained healthcare personnel from all hospitals. They must be protected, their rights ensured, and they should receive care and be released as soon as possible. Thank you to everyone concerned about the case of my father's abduction. We call on everyone who can help to pressure for the provision of proper food, medicine, and his swift release. Thank you. I mean, the fact that a doctor who is not guilty of anything, just imagine for a second that this were an Israeli doctor, like kidnapped by Hamas. Imagine like Hamas had a habit of kidnapping Israeli soldiers and then torturing them, and then in some cases raping them to death, because that's what happens. And has happened, and it's an absolute outrage. And this is not an Israel-Hamas war. This is an Israel-Palestine war, and it's not a war. It's a genocide. But let's say you want to be a coward and you don't want to be controversial and you want to call it a war. It's not on Hamas.